It's my pleasure now to introduce the CEO of the partnership, Pratt Wiley. Oh, he wants a louder round of applause, clearly.
Everybody's just, please, sit down, please, sit down. Good evening, everyone.
Pratt, maybe you could just start by giving the elevator pitch about what your organization does.
Sure, so the partnership, first of all, how many folks in this room are alumni of the partnership? All right.
Wow.
The partnership serves folks that are in this room right here. We exist to help professionals and executives of color thrive, and we exist to help companies and corporations shape corporate culture so that you can pursue your dreams, no matter who you are or where you're from.
Excellent. Yeah. All right, Pratt, I should leave it to you then to introduce our dynamic duos.
We got some dynamic duos here, and I'm going to do a couple things. First of all, there's some folks who I want to acknowledge. I'm going to acknowledge these old people behind me. Where are Dwayne and Debbie? All right, here they come. But first I want to acknowledge a good friend, not just to me, not just someone who was my lawyer 10 years ago, but a great friend to the city of Boston, our city council president, Ruthie Lujan. If we can give her a round of applause. We are so proud. We are so proud. All right, so this is the part of the evening where we're going to start getting a little bit more efficient, and we're doing 2 for 1 this evening. Excuse me. We are honoring 2 amazing dynamic duos, folks whose shared vision and values help drive and build vibrant, inclusive neighborhoods, businesses, civic organizations, and government agencies. Each of them have had the courage to speak truth to power, and more so the wisdom to understand the power that comes from speaking the truth. Each of them were oftentimes the first or the only of us in the rooms that they occupied. But they were fortified by knowing that they weren't alone, because each of them had a strong, vibrant life partner joining them every step of the way. And as a result of that, they were able to ensure that while they may have been the first, and they may have been the only, that they were never the last. And so we might joke that these are 2 for 1s. But we have to acknowledge that each of them are deserving of this award individually as well as collectively. Although those of us who were raised in these households know that you can't have one without the other. And so now just one brief moment of privilege. And for those of you who haven't made the connection of the last names, on behalf of my sister, BJ Wiley Williams, on behalf of my brothers, Dana Jackson and Jeff Jackson, we take pride in knowing that we 4 are the progeny of these dynamic duos. But we take greater pride in knowing that all of us in this room, all of us in this city, all of us in this state, and indeed the nation, are all part of their legacy. And with that, I would like to introduce the video that will then introduce our dynamic duos.
Hi, I'm Deborah Jackson, longtime Boston resident, transplant from Philadelphia, proud mother of 2 incredible sons and 3 amazing grandchildren. That's my favorite job.
I'm Dwayne Jackson, I'm Deborah's husband, and I say the same thing she just said.
What you see is what you get with Dwayne. He's not someone who plays games or is political. He's very clear, transparent, both in our relationship, but also in his interaction with others. The things he cares about deeply. I've got a warrior next to me, He will protect me, he will fight with me, he will stand by me. And to have him as a business partner, as a life partner, as a parent, he's a fighter.
We've been married
50 plus years.
52 years. We met as friends, and I think the attraction was obviously first her beauty, and then the second was her brain. I would say that we both are driven by sort of intellectual stimulation. We have lots of intellectual arguments. Our kids are that way. She's a phenomenal mother. She's extremely intelligent. She's always kind of been my intellectual center and my leader. She motivates me. I don't think I would have done half of what I've done if I were not married to her. She makes me the best person that I can be.
And I think there's something very special about an award that is recognizing us as a team, because I think our life has always been that. It's been anchored in us being a team.
It's an honor, it's a privilege, it's very humbling, because again, you just think you're getting up doing what you gotta do every day, and then to realize, oh wow, somebody actually saw what we did or recognized it and they want to celebrate you.
To have a recognition like this, for me, I kind of look at him and go, you know, wow, I guess we did okay.
You're right.
You know?
I'm Benny Wiley with my husband Flash. We've been in Boston since 1970, so we've been here over 50 years, and it's been good to us. Flash and I, each had our own careers. He's a lawyer. He helped to found and build the largest minority law firm in Boston. He was the first African American to be chair of the Greater Boston Chamber of Commerce. And, he's had his organizations like the Demick Community Center, where he served as chair. My most significant and proud accomplishment was building the partnership, which is a sponsor of this evening's event. And as many of you know, the partnership helps to attract and retain and develop and build community among professionals of color. Flash and I have done a lot of things together. One, we support each other and are always there to help one another. We cared a lot about what's happening in our community. We're neighbors with Dwayne and Debbie, and we all decided to move into Roxbury and plant seeds in Roxbury and help to build a middle-class community there. So one of the things that makes this award really special is that I know most of the organizations that are involved with organizing it. I'm proud to see them working together. I've worked with the leaders of many of these organizations, but nothing's more special than the fact that my son, Pratt Wiley, is currently the CEO of the partnership. And not only are they a sponsor here, but they're making such a difference here in the city of Boston. And it brings a lot of pride to both me and Flash for all that we see him doing here in Boston.
That was so beautiful. Let's invite to center stage Dwayne and Deborah Jackson and Benny and Flash Wiley.
Put this here for a minute, because when I come up to say thank you, I just have to have it there.
Okay. You want to say something? Yeah. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Benny Wiley. For those of you who I don't know, I'm the Benny of Benny and Flash. I'm speaking for Flash and myself when we say how special this honor is, because it is special on so many different levels and for so many different reasons. First of all, this event is a collection of 6 organizations, each who's led by a talented young professional of color. And these organizations have come together to figure out how they can build upon one another and collaborate around their shared vision for advancing social justice and economic equity here in the city of Boston. And I would say the 4 of us have worked for this for so many years, and to see organizations led by young people working together to continue that means an awful lot. It's clearly an honor for us to be receiving this award in the company of those who are identified as icons, those who are identified as rising forces, and those that we're remembering and loving memory. Flash and I know literally, or virtually, maybe one person in those groups that we have not worked with, that we don't know personally, that we don't know how committed and dedicated those individuals have been to making Boston hopefully a place that's better for each and every one of us. And when I kind of thought about this award, it really seemed to me that we're being honored less for our individual contributions, for all of us who are being honored, but for the collective impact that we've had in hopefully making Boston a place that's welcoming and one in which people of all colors can thrive and have a quality life. But finally, on a personal note, what makes this most special is, one, I'm receiving it with my husband of 53 years and my life partner. And we're receiving it with two of our closest and dearest friends, Dwayne and Debbie Jackson. When Pratt told me last night that we would be coming on the stage together to receive our awards, it really made me cry. It really brought tears to my eyes. We just love them so much. We have so much respect for them. We have so much admiration for them as individuals, as professionals, as a couple, and as a family. So to be receiving this award along with you all, to be presented this award by our greatest legacy, along with his sister, is just such an honor, and thank you all so much for everything.
Congratulations. Now, Deborah Jackson.
So I'm surprised that I can even speak after Benny's words, because of course when I heard that we were receiving this award, and Dwayne, you can come join me. I did ask him, did he want to speak first? He said no. So receiving this with Benny and Flash meant more than anything. We've known Pratt since he was a little boy. And now we look at this incredible, amazing young man who's such a leader in the city of Boston. But even when he was a little guy, we knew he was going to be special. He was so serious and so focused about life, even at such an early age. And then, of course, he was the son of Flash and Benny, so what else could he have done except be remarkable? So, Pratt, this makes it even more special. I want to thank all of the organizations, MECMA, and all of the partner organizations that were a part of deciding to recognize us in this way. When Dwayne and I got the word about this, we looked at one another and said, now why are we getting this award? And it was interesting that we both had that reaction. And then as we talked to other people, they said, there are some reasons you're getting this award. So we're so honored, because when we started this journey together, and as Benny said, one of the things that makes this award so special is that we're getting it together. We started this journey together over 50 years ago when we met at Hampton Institute. It was not Hampton University at the time. And yes, HBCU's in the house. And what we knew is that we were committed to emulating what we saw with so many of the radical leaders of the time. I was Angela Davis with a big afro, and he was Stokely or one of those other leaders. And we knew that we were going to change the world, because that's what Hampton was teaching us at the time, that we could change the world. But who knew that we would grow up to be recognized as a dynamic duo, which I guess is what you're telling us. And we looked at one another and said, life continues to be full of surprises. So We want to congratulate also our fellow honorees, our dynamic duo family. And Benny says we're the closest of friends, but we are family. Our kids grew up together. Dwayne often tells the story that I cried one day because I thought our youngest son, Jeffrey, thought Benny was his mother. He loved being with her, and who doesn't love being with Benny? And also, as Benny said, we know almost everyone, every single person who's receiving an award tonight. We've known them, we've worked with them. You've been our colleagues, you've been our role models, you've been our friends, and you've been our supporters. Our journey would not have led us to this podium were it not for all the other honorees who are part of tonight's ceremony and recognition. So we thank you all for all of that. And there's so many other people, as Benny said, in this room who have helped us on this journey. We have felt blessed, we have felt privileged that we have been afforded a space in the city of Boston where we could receive the inspiration, the encouragement, the mentors, the partners, the strength, and by the grace of God in our life, to be at the table and in the room where it happened. And that's the first step to us making a difference, is being in the room where it happens. So we are so grateful for those of you who have helped us get to those tables and get to those rooms where we could, in fact, continue a fight that we started 50-some years ago on the campus of Hampton, and that is fighting for racial justice and equity. We all know that Dr. King said the arc of the moral universe bends towards justice. But we all know also what he meant by that others have put words to, and that is, but it takes committed, dedicated community of believers to continue pushing that arc in the right direction, because the struggle is not over and the fight has not ended. We are committed as a group of the OGs, as they said. We are the OGs, you guys. Believe me, we didn't know we'd get here so fast. But here we are. And what we are looking out at the future is thinking about handing that baton to this next up-and-coming generation of, Ayanna said it, badasses. We've got some incredible, remarkable leaders coming behind us, and we are so inspired by that. But we will do our part in whatever way we can. We are fighters back in the 60s, and it's just in our blood, all four of us. In closing, I want to say one thing, and that is that we accept this award on behalf of our son, Dana, our son, Jeffrey, our other son, Pratt, and our daughter, BJ, and our grandchildren, Willa, Austin, and Hudson. All of this matters, and all of this continues to matter just because of them. So thank you so very much tonight.
As they get their awards, another round of applause, please, for our dynamic duos.